Hi, I'm Brad with Big Family Homestead, and today I have an incredible money-saving video for you that you're gonna hopefully love. It's basically how you can make prepper meals, the meals ready to eat, the long-term food storage, food in a bag for pennies. So let's get started. It's no big surprise that if you have a lot of kids, you're always on the lookout for the best deal slash best food slash best whatever it is for the least amount of money. And these meals are no exception. These things are pretty amazing. We basically make our own meals nearly ready to eat for pennies. We found that, a lot of the solutions that were commercially available out on the market for long-term food storage were very, very expensive. The brands like Backpacker's Pantry, which I've done reviews on, they provide you a good solid product. However, they're just so costly. So we started looking into how we could make our own practically, tasty, and save a lot of money. And today I'm going to show you how to do it. Here's one example of a meal that we've put together. It's basically a vegetable rice with chicken and beans. Now, what we've done with this thing is we've basically gotten all of our dried ingredients, we weighed them out, put the right amount of rice in there, the right amount of everything, seasoning, and then we vacuum sealed it. Now this here, right here, is basically when it's rehydrated with a gallon of water and boiled, this is gonna make a gallon of soup. This will be able to feed a huge, huge amount of people. Now check this out. Another thing I'd like to point out is the stuff that you get off the shelf, the Backpacker's Pantry. I just reviewed a red beans and rice, and it basically came in at only 6 ounces of food before it was rehydrated, and I wanted to show you this. Okay, this cost me about 50 cents, but it is 1.65, 1 pound, and it's over a pound and a half of food for 50 cents as opposed to $6. Here's the deal. Here's another one. This one's a vegetable beef stew, but it has some noodles in it. Now you say, what is this stuff right here? Well, we figured out that when the vacuum sealer started to really press down on the outsides of these, sometimes it would break those noodles. So what we would do is we put in a small piece of cardboard so that the noodles wouldn't break through and cut a hole into your bag. But all the ingredients are right in there. This will make 1 gallon of soup. That is amazing. And this thing right here, probably with all of the ingredients, may have cost me 50 cents. So yes, sir. Here's another one in which this was one of our earlier ones. You can see that it's not really sealed up very well, and that's probably because we got a hole poked. That was before we figured out the trick with the cardboard to keep the noodles from poking through. But this is basically chicken noodles and veggies. All of the stuff is dried out. We use non-MSG bouillon in here, the granules. So that all you need to make a gallon of food is a gallon of water and a way to boil this. Once again, about 60 cents for this one. That's a lot of food for only 60 cents. Now, if there are any rules, if you want to even call them rules, they would be this. Make sure that whatever food you're going to be putting into your bags is either dried properly, it came from a store like noodles, dried properly, or you dried yours out properly in your dehydrator. Other than that, it's spices and whatever you want to put in it. It can be anything. I actually thought, the other day, what am I going to do with all these beans? I bought all these heirloom seeds that now they're way out of, a good rate of them growing. So what am I going to do with them? Well, these things are going to be food. Put whatever you want in it. Here's one example. I'm going to show you how I would say put together, let's call it a garlic potato soup. Okay, so first what do we need? We need some potatoes. So let's get our potatoes open here. These were dried out a while ago. And I am going to be making these for 1 gallon of soup. You may need to do it however you want. So, the second rule is take into account how much water is going to be sucked back into your product and If you have noodles that they're going to suck up some water, and rice, it's going to expand. So you have to take into account, even though I'm going to be making a gallon of soup, if I put this whole thing of potatoes in there, it would make a horrible mess. So I'm going to start out with basically 1 cup of potatoes there. That'll do it. 1 cup of potatoes. A little much. A little much. Don't eat them right now, they'll break your teeth. Okay, so my potatoes is going to be my main base. Now another thing, if you want to use broths to put in here, you know, the granulated broths, so that you don't have to use a real broth, you can do that. And we've done that with several of these. Instead, in lieu of having the real broth, we've put the actual granulated broth in there, and they work just fine. Just be careful that you don't get one that has nasty chemicals in it like MSG. A lot of them do. You have to read the label. And so, but with this particular recipe, we just canned up a ton of chicken broth, so we have a lot of broth at home. So for when we go to make this potato soup, what I'm going to do is I'll make a note on the actual packaging, use broth, not water, to cook the soup. So that way I know that this is going to be such a rich, nice flavor that'll mix with the potatoes and all of my seasoning. Now, in another video too, I've showed you how to make a cream of soup base. So I'm going to put some cream of soup base into my potatoes, thinking ahead. I know I'm going to have broth, potatoes. This will give it a nice creamy texture to the whole thing when everything's all mixed in, and I'm making a mess on the table. Yeah, well, I'll pay for that. Trust me. Okay, now, outside of that, all we really need to do is season it however you want. So we're calling it a garlic, creamy garlic potato soup. That sounds good. I'm gonna go with about a teaspoon of garlic in there. Gonna go with, gotta have onions. So let's go with about a tablespoon of onions. In you go. These will expand as well too. So they'll give you a nice rich flavor. And let's add in a little bit of chopped chive. Chopped chive. There we go. That'll give it some of that earthy, yum, more onion vibe. And now literally, you're almost done. You mix this stuff up. That is ready to go into your food saver bag, your zip sealer, what do they call them? This thing, the Vacuum Sucker Machine 5000. It's right over here. It's basically a vacuum sealer. Had a brain cramp, sorry. Now here's our close-up of the way it looks, all ready to go, ready to jump in the bag and get vacuum sealed up. Pretty simple stuff, but this will be delicious. I've already sealed the bottom of the bag, and we've gotten in the habit of just sealing it twice, one there and then another one, because we've had them fail from time to time, and I you know, it's not worth it to me, that extra 1/4 inch of the bag for us to have a failure. This can get wonky without 2 people helping, but I think I can muster the courage and get us through. There we go. In the bag. Now our sealer is ready and anxious to serve. So we've got our product in our bag. We're going to get this down like this in the channel there. And we're going to lock this down. Both sides are locked. And here we go, vacuum and seal. Would help if I had it plugged in, huh? Okay, take 2. Vacuum and seal. One of the things I like to do is kind of shake it level. The reason for that is that when you go to bag this stuff up or box this stuff up or put it in a bucket, it will sit nicer if it's not in one big lump. If you can kind of make it spread out a little bit, it will actually store much nicer. All right, our sealing is done now. And as you can see, I went back and I did the second seal on there. Now this is what it looks like all vacuum sealed up. Now I will note on the bag that I'm not going to use regular water with this. I'm going to use broth. It'll give it a nice bold flavor when we cook it up. But this amount of food, what is in here, is going to basically become 1 gallon of food. Now, if I had put the broth, the broth granules in here, considering that in the cost, if you did have the granules, we're using broth that we already have, but if you had to pay for the granules and the potato dehydrated, all of your spices and everything that goes in here, you're talking to be able to feed 10 people for about 40 cents. That's pretty stinking cool. One other note, that if you did not want to use a vacuum sealing bags like these bags, you can get a doohickey that will hook into your food sealer, your vacuum sealer, that you can actually take mason jars and seal them right in there, vacuum seal them right in there. So pretend this was a soup instead of just what was left over of our potatoes, because we want them to stay fresh. And all you do, you plug it into your machine, and off to the races. You put that on the top there, and we are just going to canister. Now it's sucking all the air out of there right now and sealing that lid. Hear it? Yeah. It's almost done. Now it's done. That is a sealed lid. If we did it right, let's see. See if we... Yep, sealed lid, see? So there's no air in there. That's awesome. All right, another way to save a ton of money: eat better. No chemicals in your food, no MSG, no nastiness. And this is such a way to save just a lot of money. I mean, like I said, this is a gallon of soup for 40 cents. That's a lot. This one's a little more. We had to put the bouillon in it. I believe it was about 60 cents. Don't quote me on that. Then again, you got the noodle one over here, 50 cents. These are all designed to be 1 gallon of food. Some of them we put the bouillon in, some of them we assumed that we were going to use our chicken broth as the actual base. It's however you want to do it. Get creative with this, and whatever it is that you have access to, whether it's you've got a lot of beans or you have a lot of corn, well, make some food that's going to be shelf stable, and you can just pick that off the shelf and throw it into your water, and in about an hour you're ready to go, right? It's such a great way that there will be no more waste in your garden this year too. Because yes, eat what's in your garden and fresh, eat it fresh, but then when you're like, oh my gosh, I am never going to get through another 30 pounds or 40 pounds of carrots, cut them up, dry them out, make soup. How about carrot soup? You could do all kinds of stuff with it. But this is so cool too, because you could throw it in a backpack, and all you need is either some water or bouillon in this soup's case, and you've got enough food to feed a ton of people for pennies. That's awesome. Well, I'm Brad with Big Family Homestead. You have an amazing day.